Let's take a quick look over here at Dodge SRT Demon. This is Chrome, and this is a no holds barred event. Most of the tournaments, I do have rules like no class stacking, no Condy Mirage. But there was a couple people that wanted to enter, but they're like, "Oh, I want to play this and I want to stack." So I was like, you know what? There isn't too much participation, so there's not going to be too much complaining. No holds barred. Do whatever you want. So it's kind of nice. We get to see a lot of classes or a lot of Mirages, excuse me, that we don't naturally see. But he's running Chaos, Dueling, and Mirage. He's got Descent into Madness, got Chaotic Transfers, oh, Transference, ooh, and Bountiful Disillusionment, Duelist Discipline, Blinding Dissipation, and Ineptitude. Where is Coolion over here? Oh, there he is. So now he's going to be entering. He's got over here Scepter with Pistol, Staff, Rune of the Crate, and Wanderer. Let's take a look at his partners. Zanessa running Soul Beast, Axe Dagger with Greatsword. He's running Rune of Divinity with Demolisher's Amulet, Wilderness, Beast Mastery, and Soul Beast. Coolion running Scrapper, actually. Ooh, interesting. Tools, Alchemy, and Scrapper. He's running with Demo and Rune of Resistance with Hammer. I'm very interested. I'm going to be watching Coolion for this one, actually. Ready up. When ready. Best of 3 series. Let's take a look at Peerless Zen. So we got a Scrapper and a Hollow. So 2 engineers on this side. He's running a regular Tools Hollow. They are still very, very dangerous. And also, guys, we had a new story, Living World, and we had nothing but good news from that Living World, or that new story that came out. People there, obviously, there's a big consensus on the fact that it's a little too short, but other than that, it's nothing but green lights all across the board. Everybody's super happy with the style, the kind of ambiance that it had, just the characters, the raids or the strike missions. Really, really, really happy with all the content, and even the cutscene at the end was really epic. They did a very, very, very good job, in my opinion. And most of what I heard from most of the streamers and a lot of feedback from the forums, it's really good. Just a little short. Now we got Peerless at the bottom there. He kind of left Dodge SRT all to himself, creating that 2v1, and that's exactly what you want to do in these 2v2s. Get that little moment of a 2v2, and this is exactly what you want. You can see the red team capitalizing on that quickly. Dodge SRT getting really low. He ends up going down. Can Zane kind of peel for him and get the res? It doesn't look like it. Zane goes in for the res and heavy cleave onto the body, taking out both of them. Zanessa's left to his own devices over here. Let's take a quick look. Coolion and Sam are all over him over here. I believe Coolion and Sam are going to be ones to expect to go into the semifinals, that's for sure. Very, very strong duo partner. Or duo queuing, excuse me. Zanessa ends up, oh no, he's still surviving on just a little bit. Ends up going down, going into a game at 2, guys. These are a best of 3 series. There is no rules in this tournament. I'll look, sorry, Jordan, I'll link the, oh, yeah, I did link the bracket. So here he goes, there you are. Hopefully I'm showing, yeah, okay, perfect. Oh, I also have a Discord over here, guys. I'd really highly suggest that you join it, and I'd appreciate it if you did join it. This way you can keep track of all the events, and you can come hang out with us in the Discord while we do ranked, unranked, or we do any random events. We do a lot of the different things like Princess Doll races, core only tournaments. We do stronghold tournaments. We do sometimes, very rarely, RP nights. A bunch of different things. You can be part of that community with us. So here we go into round 2. I don't think Zanessa is going to make any changes. It's more going to be Chrome over here. They focused on it to him really, really hard. He's running a Condy Mirage. We're going to be seeing a lot of that, especially considering the fact that we've opened it up to no rules. So you can pretty much bring whatever you want. You can even swap classes. But I haven't told anybody the exact. I say no rules, but they kind of already, I think it implies no class. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can swap classes. But when I don't imply or I don't mention it, people kind of think that it's okay. You know, you can't swap, but you can. It's completely allowed.
Oh my god. I'm bringing my NG kill. Fucking NG. God.
Okay, just make it quick.
It's me. I'm coming in. Seb Dawn.
I'm just going to let him know. Okay, so perfect. So that is Chrome entering into this tournament. We're going to see how this is handled again. He's running on, actually he's going Spellbreaker. Let's take a quick look at what kind of Spellbreaker he's running. Fighter, Demo, Dagger, is that Dagger? Yeah, Dagger, Shield, and Greatsword. Strength, Defense, and Spellbreaker. Going for a lot more sustain on this one. It's gonna force them to kind of change target. They might want to focus with Zanessa, but Zanessa has a lot of kite ability, can easily create big gaps. He went to the hard engage on both of them, but you can see them. Both red team is still focusing on the warrior. They actually got up really lucky over there, getting that big hammer 5 down. Coolion's looking really low over here. He almost got him on the rampage. Sabdon's in a little bit of trouble. Rampage does wear off. He tries to use that big whirlwind to create that distance and the breaching strike, or the the breaching. Excuse me. Now Sinessa again left to his own devices. He wasn't able to peel for him. Sorry guys, I'm getting a whisper from one of the people. Our next match is going to be Kiba and Jorn versus Soro and Mayberry. This is going to be a really good match. I'm excited to see this one. Super excited. Oh, and it was Zanessa and Chroma. Oh, you guys both 5 gold. Our next match is coming up, guys. As I mentioned, is Kiba and Jorn. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm just whispering somewhere at the moment. Let's take a quick look over here at Kiba. Kiba and Jorn are ready. I know Soro is here. He can't be too far away. Let me see where he is. He doesn't seem to be in here. He did sign up. Yeah, there he is. Let me see if this is his partner. Yeah, that is Shiro. So that he's running actually on Warrior. Very interesting. I've seen him in my tournaments. Over 20 tournaments at least, or 15 tournaments at minimum, at least 15, and he's always used Deadeye. We got over here, Kiba's running a Zeo, Honor, and Firebrand. This is your classic 5 mantra or mantra Firebrand. He's running Scepter, Focus with Axe and Shield, Water with Harrier Amulet. Let's take a look at Hexen on this one. He's running Staff, Scepter with Warhorn. Nightmare with a Rabbit Amulet, Soul Reaping, Curses, and Blood Magic. Sorry guys, I'm just responding. Now let's take a quick look at Momo over here. This is Soro. We're waiting for his partner obviously to enter. He's running with Discipline, Strength, and Tactics. He's got Greatsword, Axe, and Shield. Running with a Scholar and Berserker's Amulet. Here's Jujun. I believe this is Mayberry. Yeah, this is Mayberry. So this is going to be our 3rd match in this 2v2 tournament today. He's running with Sword Pistol, excuse me, with Rifle on this side, Scholar, Amulet, and a Marauder Amulet, Shadow and Trickery, and Deadeye. And this is going to be a difficult matchup for the Warrior on the red team, just because the Deadeye has a lot of mitigation, he has a lot of kite ability, and he goes into stealth frequently. So the main thing that they're going to see that they can attack is going to be the Warrior. So most of the damage and most of the focus is going to be on that Warrior. They're just not going to waste too much time trying to catch that Deadeye. If they get the opportunity, they're probably going to do that. But that's going to be something, a lot of pressure going to be putting onto Momo, and it's going to come down to how well that Juju can take opportunity when they do focus on Momo and he has an opening, and how hard he takes it and how much damage he can put down in those opportunities. Now both of them over here with the Core Necro and the Firebrand. They both have a lot of sustain. It's going to be really tough. He's got multiple amounts of, or lots of shroud, excuse me. He's got a lot of anti-projectile and a lot of blocks and blinds. So it's going to be hard for them to really get some damage down, especially for the warrior. The animations are very obvious. So it's going to be a tough match, and especially well, these are both Mayberry and Shiro are both really top tier. Kiba and Jorn are both really top tier as well. So I'm very, very excited to see how this is going to turn out. I'm gonna watch. You know what? We're gonna watch the Core Necro for this one and see how he does. He's actually Rifle Warrior. I didn't even notice that. Maybe he switched at the last second, knowing I was going to check out his build, but maybe I didn't even notice it. Drops the Fear Ring right away. He goes into Berserker. He corrupts the Berserker Fear right away, and he keeps corrupting on the Berserker Fear, completely nullifying the Rampage. Momon's looking a little low over here on health. They're trying to hard focus on him. He's regained a little bit, I believe. He's running with Mending. He is running with Mending, not with Signet, but lots of pressure coming onto Momon over here. Same with Jujun. He's in big trouble. He's not able to peel for his partner. If he does, he's probably going to get focused. Good job on kiting and just pushing that W button, creating that distance, and they're both using Deadeye. He ends up getting Kibo really low at 2%. He ends up getting the down. Jujun's in trouble, though. He can't be a liability. He's got to be able to get away. Momon's trying to go for the stomp. He drops that beautiful Fear Ring over there onto Kiba, protecting that body. This is going to become a down fight. He's going for that big cleave onto him. He ends up getting Kiba down. Jujun ends up getting up. This is really spectacular match so far. Momon over here getting the big fight. Oh my god. Taking them by surprise. The meme build getting it. And like I said at the beginning, I was very surprised. Sorry guys, I'm whispering. Sorry, it's the Scarlet Phantom. He ended up participating into the tournament, and I ended up didn't end up signing him up. I forgot. It was just in the flurry and in the confusion of everything, I forgot. And I hate when I do that. It really irritates me because someone wants to participate, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not in the bracket." I'm like, "Ah." Just it makes me sad. I apologize for that. I'm gonna send him 10 gold for his troubles. Going into a game 3, that was an epic match. So here we go, game 3. I believe this is going to be game 3. Oh no, that was game 1. Was that game 1? My memory is so terrible. I'm going to wait for them to get in. Best of 3 series, guys. I got to be able to keep up my other, like the VOD, the recording of the VOD up. Thanks again for joining, guys. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for cutting out in and out all the time. It's just people whispering me. I do most of this all by myself, hosting it, organizing it, talking to all the competitors, explaining the rules, most of the stuff. But we are creating an EU side of this as well. There's another guy, Krupek, who's going to be taking over that side. We've already done one of our tournaments on the 15th of November, which was a 2v2. There was over 24 teams, 1,000 gold. It was really, really big. On the EU side, they only do one every week or maybe one every 2 weeks. They're going to be doing another one this Friday coming up. It should be a 1v1. So here we go again. Elon Musk versus Jorn. I can't really tell. Are you watching this, Awesomeness, by any chance?
No. I mean, I can turn it on. Sorry.
No. Are you in the arena, I mean?
I am not. I'm dueling my.
Okay. No problem. Chrome, are you in the arena? No, Chrome's not in the arena. Alright guys, let's ready up there. They have readied up. I don't think Momon, and that's what I was mentioning at the beginning, guys. I was worried. I was like, well, why isn't he using Deadeye? I'm very, very curious as to why he's not using Deadeye. And he's just using pretty much a warrior Deadeye in replace for it with the rifle. Took him by surprise. And I don't know if that trick is going to work twice on these guys. Kiba and Jorn are very, very strong competitors. They go in for that big stealth. Tries to get him with that big rifle shot. It's a volley, the aim shot, throw boulder. Oh, no. Now he's gone into Rampage over here, trying to get that big damage. They're focusing on Elon Musk over here, but Jordan's already down over here. This is going to be huge. Jordan and Keelan end up going down, guys. I didn't even notice. Holy moly. Good job coming out of here. It was Sam Kulian who won that one. That was Soro who wins this one. I think that was a 2-1 series, I believe. Now it's going to be Slaughter and Lexi versus Peas K and his partner. So it's Slaughter and Lexi versus Peas K and his partner. I'm going to write this out to them. Slaughter, Lexi versus PK partner. So there's DC and DZ and Lexi. Thank you so much for entering, guys. I give an extra gold to those guys who oh, Kiba, where are you? Kiba and Jordan, I owe you guys a couple of 5 gold for entering, so just whisper me in game so I can send you your gold, guys. If you leave too early from the arena when you lose, I'm not able to send you your gold. So just be a little patient. How was that, Mike? Really good job on your rifle warrior. I know these two guys are here. Where are they? Slaughter and Lexi, Peas K. Oh, you're up. I'm just waiting for these guys to enter. We ended up doing a 1v1 tournament yesterday, guys. It was actually ended up being really, really good. We had over 20 participants inside that one. Really, really fun. Ended up going super, super smooth. All the participants worked out really well. Everybody participated really, really well. There was no trolling. And the fights were very spectacular. We ended up having Hanu, this brand new guy we've never seen before, ended up coming in and winning in spectacular fashion, just taking us by storm. Is this his partner? Yeah, it is his partner. So this is going to be a really strong. I used Whack Cup. He's Bountiful Mayhem. He's been in here in my tournaments frequently, but he has took a little bit of a hiatus. I haven't seen him in a minute. So I'm happy to see him here now. He's got Domination, Dueling, and Chaos. He's got Great Sword with Torch, Scholar, and Berserker Amulet. Let's take a look at Harrowing Folly. This is another guy that's brand new to my tournaments. This is probably the second or third one that he's entered. He's got the Focus with the Sword and Great Sword, Links, and Marauder Amulet. He's got Radiance, Valor, and Virtues. We got DZ on this side. Slaughter, Invocation, Devastation, and Herald is your classic sword, staff, damage, and DPS Revenant. He's got Demolisher. I don't see these too often in my tourneys. We got Lexi on this side running the Kondi Mirage. As I mentioned, this is no holds barred, guys, so anything is allowed here. Dueling, Chaos, and Mirage. This is going to be game 1 of a best of 3 series. This is going to be our last one in our quarterfinals, I believe. Then we're going to be moving into this. Oh, no. We have one more match after this. It's going to be Kodo and Shao versus Awesomeness and Nunu. Then we're going to be moving into the quarterfinals.
So am I up now?
No, you're after this series. So it's
Okay.
Slaughter and Lexi and Peace K and Unknown in their best of 3. This is their first match. We've already taken a good look at what they're running, guys. Not sure why my Nightbot's being all crazy on me. Alright, Nightbot. I'm getting ready, you buddy. Alright, guys, in the ring. Ready up when you're ready. I'll let them know. And I make sure that both of them have to ready up because there's a couple times in the past that people would say, oh, I wasn't ready, we have to restart. And they're just saying that to kind of cheese mode it. I'm just setting up the YouTube music, guys.
Just want to let you know
Here we go into game 1. Let's see the tactics they take. DZ and Lexi are very strong in this. Use Wide Cup and Harrowing. Harrowing, as I mentioned, is new. I haven't seen him too much, but I know use Wide Cup. I haven't seen him in my tourneys in at least a month now, so I'm not sure where he was. He's in a little bit of hiatus. We're taking off a little bit of that ring rust. Harrowing taking a little bit of damage. Looks like they're focusing Lexi on this one, and looks like they're focusing on the core guard for this one. He is running your classic core guard on this. Good exchange between both of them. They're trying to kite out a lot of their mitigation to get him to use a lot of his cooldowns. Harrowing's in big trouble. He has used his renewed focus, but I think he dodged through the animation, fouling it up, not getting the full counter on it. Sorry, guys. This one's a little hectic today. So here's used Whack Cup. Now he's all by himself. I have in the past seen someone, at least 3 or 4 times, I've seen a competitor win a 2v1, and sometimes very handedly. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it here, and one of the advantages they can use is the map mechanic, because after the time runs out, and that's it, it's going to be used Whack Cup. Let's take a quick look at that replay while I adjust some of the scores. Thank you for that, Soro. I do appreciate that, my friend. Perfect. Now we're going into game 2. That was DZ and Lexi. These are both partners that signed up together. Usually it's the free agents that suffer a little more because they don't know who they're partnered with. Usually they're not in comms, so it becomes a little difficult. But sorry, what's up?
I feel so bad for my free agent.
Why?
Like,
you're good,
Awesome.
awesome.
100% gonna carry me. I wish I could be better, but he's kicking my ass right now in duels.
Yeah, Hanunu's really good. He ended up winning the 1v1 tournament yesterday. First time I've seen him in the 1v1s, he dominated, man. Dominated. Now just waiting for them to ready up, as I mentioned, guys. They have to ready up when they're ready, and with the 2v2, there's a different dynamic than 1v1. You kind of just go in there with all by yourself. You know, you do what you got to do, but in a 2v2, there are other participant and the other opponent that you have to kind of cater to at the same time, figuring out a strategy, who you're going to focus to, trying to like bait the bomb, and then turning and burning on the other guy, or your main target. There's a lot involved. So they usually take 30 seconds at the beginning of their match to kind of discuss what they want to do. Dropstick Chaos Storm, try to keep the pressure on him. We use Whack Cup. He did a really good job of mitigating it here, but at the same time, he can't get too complacent. He's got to be able to take the pressure off his partner of Harrowing Volley. He is the core guard, a little more squishy. DZ is getting really low, but he pops his Glint Heal at the right time. He is now without a Glint Heal, looking under half health. This is who they should be focusing on. Use Whack Cup, seeing and noticing that really quickly, taking full advantage of it, and really putting the pressure down onto DZ. Now they're just kind of dominating over the body, making sure that he doesn't get the res, keeping that big cleave. He is going for that res. He's almost at 0.5% health here. He's doing a really good job. It was very dangerous at the same time. Lexi, I'm surprised he went in so deep on this and was able to get him so high up. If he was able to get that res a little earlier, he could have potentially got the big res up. Use Whack Cup in a little bit of pressure, backing out. Now Lexi going really full ham on him. Use Whack Cup is not out of danger here. He can still take it over. As I mentioned before, guys, I've seen it in a 2v1 situation definitely go into the favor of the one. Lexi trying everything he can. Big burst coming out to him. He's sitting at 6% health. They end up getting the down. Going into a game 3, guys. Very, very spectacular match. Really, really, really nice. Okay, no problem. Maybe I'm reading the Twitch chat a little late. And all these matches count for the season, guys, because we do have a Guild Wars 2 season that's involved with this. So every match that you do, every win and every loss gets calculated in the 2v2 and in the 1v1 brackets. And then at the end of the season, we take the top 12 of each of those brackets, and they fight in the playoffs for a big, big, big prize pool. And then at the end of that, we take the winner of the NA, because we do the same thing on EU, take the winners of both sides and make them clash together and see who's the top dog out of all of the world of Guild Wars 2.
Are we up?
Nope, not yet. They're actually pushed into a game 3. It's going to be you guys next. I'll let you know. I'll call it out in Discord.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Alright guys, let me let them know they're ready up. Now, pressure is on both of their teams. They both have a loss again. Well, both have a win in their pockets. But whoever loses this one is eliminated. So there's no cushion on either side. They're going heavy right onto Harrowing. He notices it right away. Uses that big leap to get out and drops that Shield of Wrath, or that Shield of Wrath, excuse me. Going back onto DZ, they get that quick 2v1, and that could be very, very dangerous. But Lexi is the one who has a lot of that damage mitigation, so maybe not the wisest choice on him. Now DZ, or excuse me, Lexi, now DZ's in big trouble here. He's at a quarter health here. He's trying to get away as fast as he can. He has no stealth, though. Good staff 5. He's sitting barely alive over here. They just got to... His Harrowing can port to him, so it's only going to take a matter of a sword 2. Let's take a look at Muse White Cup. Ends up going down. This is really, really close. He's got to be able to keep the pressure onto him. That doesn't look good. DZ's going to get... Muse White Cup's not going to be able to get the res. He's trying to get the cleave onto to DZ, but he ends up getting the heal. Really good job coming out from DZ. Nice kiting. Just being able to stay alive that extra fraction of a second, waiting for his cooldowns, giving Lexi a little more time to put the pressure on to use Whack Cup. Very, very, very nice stuff. So it's 5 gold for you, use Whack Cup. Oh, what happened to you? Damn it. When you guys leave too fast, I'm not able to send you your gold. So Slaughter and Lexi that move forward in a 2-1 series. Really nice stuff, Peace K. Really, really, really happy to see that. Now we have Awesomeness and Hanunu versus Koto and Shao. I'm just going to write it out in the map chat. Shao, Koto versus Hanunu. Awesome. I believe Koto and Shao are here. No, they might not be. Oh yeah, he is. He's right there. Whoops, I'm such an idiot. I tank you, Spank, and Koto right there. I'm just blind, guys. I apologize for that. Let's take a quick look at Koto's build. He's running Great Sword with Dagger, Shield. He's got Strength with Demolisher's Amulet, Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker. Let's take a quick look at I Tank You, Spank. This is Shao running Kanji for a long, long time, getting very, very good at this. Retribution, Invocation, and Corruption. Running with Viper, Rune of the Traveler, Mace Axe with Staff, very unique. Hanunu over here, yesterday's 1v1 champion. He's definitely one to be looking out for in this tournament. I'm going to be watching him for this first round. He's running Longbow Greatsword with Fighter and Demolisher's Amulet, Beast Mastery, Wilderness, and Marksmanship. Awesomeness on this side, Chaos, Dueling Mirage, Scepter Pistol with Staff. He's also got Rune of Traveler and Deadshot Amulet. Alright, here we go into game 1. This is really going to set the tone. Are you going to be able to put the pressure onto your enemy, making him a little more fearful, playing a little bit of that mind game, taking that dominant stance? Very curious to see how this is going to go. Turn out very, very equally matched, I believe, in this matchup. Comes down to who's focusing better. Really quick, I Tank You, Spank ends up taking the brunt of the damage. Big barrage coming out from Hanunu, but he's not able to or the big pushback, but he's not able to capitalize on the barrage. He falls off the top tier. Heavy focus onto I Tank. He's got to be able to kite that a little bit. Let's take a look at his cooldowns on this one. He's actually gone into Rampage. This could be very, very, very dangerous for Koto and I Spank. Austin Mesmer getting away, kiting a little bit, mitigating a lot of that damage. I Tank's in a little bit of trouble here. They're really focusing him hard. He doesn't have too much left. Nice Mage Bane coming out. Hanunu, but dodging back. They're hard focusing him on him now. We're getting him down to 25%. Let's see if Austin Mesmer can be able to peel for him, but Hanunu, he can't. He ends up going down. I Tank is still sitting at 25%. Great kiting, great damage mitigation. being able to survive just that little bit longer, turning and burning onto Hanu, getting that 2v1 situation. And that's what's really, really important in a lot of these tourneys, making sure that you're not separating too far from your partner. When they see good top tier players, when they see that little moment of opportunity to prey onto the separation, they take it. Even that 2, 3, or 4 seconds of having that 2v1 makes a massive difference, obviously. And they capitalized on it really, really quickly, just bursting down Hanu as fast as they could. So I believe this is going to a game. Is this game 3? I believe this is game 3. Yep, game 3, guys. Another game 3 in this tournament. Very, very excited for this. 1, 2, 3 game 3s we've had in this. I'll post the brackets for you. This is a smaller one. We got about 9 teams, I believe, in this tournament today. I'll do 2 1v1s a week, and I'll do 2 2v2s each week, just so we can get enough of a roster in our season. This is our first official Guild Wars 2 season. We did a beta season last season. They coordinate with the Guild Wars 2 rank seasons. Let's see if Hanu menu changes. Nope. No, still good. Now the pressure's on again. Game 3. We're moving into the semifinals after this. It's 15 gold if you lose. This is given to each individual character, not the team itself. So you're guaranteed to get that amount. Awesome is going into stealth here. Hanunu's got to be very careful. He tries to get that big barrage. Let's see Hanunu on this one. Awesome is getting the focus of the damage, but he's got a lot of kite ability, a lot of stealth, a lot of invuln. Hanu over here noticing he was getting focused. Going to turn back onto iTankYouSpank. It looked like they almost had him, but he did a really good job of kiting away. And like I always say, sometimes just pushing that W button is all you need. Nice Mage Bane, tries to get it. Good barrage, good quickness. Pops the strength of the pack. Trying to get that big damage on iTankYouSpank. Doesn't get the maul. Gets cut by the shoulder, but iTank is really low. But at the same time, Hanunu knew that if he came in for the big damage, he gets the barrage from a distance and the big pushback. This is going to be huge here. Awesomeness is left to fight in that 2v1. Hanu's really low. He's using that ramp very, very well. He's keeping an eye on Hanunu from the corner of his eye, but he ends up going down. Hanunu gets the big damage. He's at full health, going in full ham mode with that great sword. Just putting that pressure onto the down body. Awesomeness as the Mirage just has got so much sustain, but he is really low here. If he does get that down, it still could change the pace of this or change the outcome of this. Hanunu does have the ability to just view him from far, and Awesome does, like I said, that's that Mesmer has those blinks, those stealths, those invulns, those blocks. There's just so much in his bag of utility. Kodo ends up going down. Let's take a quick look at that little bit of a replay. Really good job coming out from Kodo and iTank. Send mail. That's 10 gold for you, sir. And guys, if I didn't send your gold, just whisper me. I have your names logged in or your account names logged in. So if you didn't get your gold, just whisper me and I'll send it to you. Oh, Kodo, thank you so much for that, buddy. So that's actually, now we're going into the semifinals. That's Awesomeness and Hanunu going in that 2-1 series. Very nice stuff, guys. Really good matches coming out so far. So this is game 7, Awesomeness and Hanunu versus Sam and Kulion. Oh, is this what's going on? Oh, is this game 3 now?
Yeah, this is game 3.
Oh, I apologize for that, guys. I've had really bad. There's so many games going on that I just lose track sometimes. Game 3.
You can put us if you want.
No. I'm going to reset that. I'm going to reset the brackets over here. They're ready and prepared to be reset.
The alting to something different.
That was a very, very, very tight match. I think this third round is going to be very exciting to see, and it's all about adjustments a lot of the time, not necessarily changing your build. And as you can see in this tournament, there's no holds barred. You can change whatever you want, and they're not changing too much in their builds, as you can see. I actually went Sage. He did change from Sage, he did change his amulet, but this is always allowed in any tournaments, and that's not a huge change. It is not small, it's not small of a change when you do your amulet, but it's not super major. Handunu going right in, taking a lot of that damage, porting right on him, getting that big shackling wave, trying to return with the big ball. He's not able to connect on it. Equivoco actually switched over to his other Revenant. As this is more damage, he did change. Look at this. Change Corruption, Invocation, and Herald. He's going his Condi Rev. A lot more sustain. Hanunu's in big trouble over here. He's got to be able to kite out. His heal is about to come up. Ostrimus is not going to be able to get that res. He is going for it. He's going to try, but he gets that big Glint Elite down on top of him. Pushes him out. And it looks like Equivoco and Awesome are about to get this. And that's why Kodo sent the money back, because I'm an idiot. And I didn't know it wasn't into Game 3 yet. But this looks like Awesomeness and Hanunu get this. So you guys are the ones who get 10 gold. I apologize for that.
Good game.
Yeah, really good game, my friend. Really, really good game.
Hey, don't send me gold. Oh, right.
I sent it to you anyway. It's yours, so you deserved it. And thank you so much for joining, man. Alright, guys, let's take a quick look at these brackets over here. We've already had these guys go through in that 2-1 series. Now we're going to be having... it's actually going to be Sorrow and Mayberry versus Slaughter and Lexi. So Sorrow and Mayberry versus Slaughter and Lexi. And Sorrow and Mayberry are running that very interesting build. Awesome is sending the gold back. I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take another look at DZ. Big supporter, Rasmus. Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate it, man. Sword
Yeah,
with strength and demolisher. He's got Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. Lexi on this side. He's got Dueling Chaos and Mirage. Running with the Staff, Scepter, and Pistol. Sages with Rune of the Adventure. He's going to be very, very dangerous. He's played one of the premier Mesmers that we have in this game, I believe. He's been playing this for a long, long, long time, especially Mesmer. He's got Marauder on this one, Scholar, Sword, Pistol, excuse me, with Rifle. He's being very dangerous with this, especially Sora over here with his Berserker Rifle Warrior. He's got Rifle, Axe, Warhorn, Berserker, and Rune of the Scholar, Discipline, Strength, and Tactics. Very interesting build coming out of Soro here. Let's see how far it goes. Let's see if you can get past the semifinals on this one. They go into that quick stealth. They're going to be looking for that big, big burst right away. He ends up getting revealed, I believe. Or it was just a short stealth. I'm not entirely sure on that one. Warhorn to get out. They're putting that quick pressure onto him. They know he's very dangerous. Now he's not going to be able to counter pressure. They get that quick down onto Soro. Really good engage by Lexi and the kid DZ. Now all they have left to clean up is Juju. They said, "No, we're not today." Oh, sorry guys, did I not switch back over? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Here we go. It was actually Momo that actually got hard focus at the beginning of the match. DZ and Lexi didn't want him to get any opportunity to get burst. And even if you get him down to half, that's sufficient enough. It's very, very, very dangerous for a warrior to kind of stand still. A Berserker warrior with Rifle to stand still, especially at half health. So good pressure coming out from DZ, finishing it all the way, taking out Momon first. Now let's see how Momon and Juju retaliate from this. And there's no holds barred in this. You can change your classes, and I think that's exactly what Soro is going to be doing. I think he's going off Rifle Warrior, and he's going to be moving on to Deadeye. So it's going to be Jun, and yeah, Soro Dragonfall, like I thought. He's gone into full Deadeye mode, so Lexi and DZ, they're going to be having their hands full for this one. Let's take a quick look at Soro's build. He's running Shadow Arts, Trickery, and Deadeye. He's got Rifle with the Sword and Pistol, Scholar with Marauder. They're probably discussing their strategy at the moment. I don't think Lexi made any major changes. No, he's still going on stages. This is our first game in our semifinals. Next up, we're going to be having Kodo and Xiao versus Sam and Kulian. That's going to be a really big finals. I'm excited to see that one. Lexi and DZ kind of sitting back, waiting for their opportunity. There's a double Deadeye here, so it's going to be really hard. When they get that little window, they got to take it very quickly. Make sure they're within range and not get juked by the stealth. As you can see, this is what's going to be happening majority of the time. They can't get caught in the open too much. Nice job. As you can see, he's always keeping that LOS, but he comes on the double sider there. Tries to get that big Glyn lead, but he portals right out. This is going to be a very difficult match. It's all about that APM, baby, in this one. Nice port, trying to keep the pressure. Drops the big AoE down. It's all about keeping that LOS around you. Junjun's in big trouble over here. Lexi found his target, and he made it count. As soon as he had that window, he took it. Let's take a look at Junjun over here, kiting for his life. He's got to get away. He's trying to counter pressure. Nice port out there, just barely saving his life on that one. Goes into stealth, trying to counter pressure again onto DZ. Nice dodge coming out from him. Looks like he's going to go down. He was just 3 seconds away from his stealth on that one. But just a little too much pressure, and it looks like Lexi and DZ are going to be taking this one. So thank you, Junjun. There's your 15 gold, sir, for participating. So Dragonfall is still alive. He doesn't want to give up yet. He wants to show a little bit of his prowess on this one. He ends up dropping. So now we're going to be going into our next semifinal, or last semifinals, obviously. So that's Zoro and Mayberry losing to Slaughter and Lexi. Slaughter and Lexi doing a really good job. So Kodo and Xiao versus Sam and Kulian. Now, this is going to be a really good match. I'm excited to see this one and who comes out on top. Sam was running that Tools Hollow, and Kulian was running that Scrapper. And Kodo was running the Rev, I believe he was. And Xiao was running that Condi Rev as well. I think Kodo was running maybe a Warrior. Yeah, I think he was running a Warrior. We'll have to see. And there he's going. They're on double Rev over here. Kulian's gone Core NG with Explosives, Alchemy, and Tools. Very memey. Grieving with Rune of the Scholar and Rifle. Very interesting. This is the second time we see a very different build coming out from Kulian. I'm going to see how he does. Fearless still running that classic? No, he's actually running Prod Hollow, I believe. What is going on here? Very curious coming out of both of these gentlemen. I'm very curious to see how they do against Xiao and Kodo. They're both really, all four of them are really good players. So despite what they use, their skills can make up for a lot of the deficit coming from the utilities that they're choosing, or the good traits that they're using. I'm going to be watching Kulian for this one just to see how it turns out. Next time, Zoro. Kulian in stealth, waiting for his opportunity, leaving up Peerless for a little bit, but he does have a lot of mitigation. He's running shield. Kulian's in a little trouble. He took big damage over there from Kodo and Xiao. No counter pressure coming out. Kulian ends up dropping down. Peerless is in a little bit of trouble. Drops that big AoE. Big glint elite down onto him. Sword 3 to finish it off. That's Peerless and Xiao moving on into that's taking game 1. Now let's see if Kulian and Peerless end up changing back to the regular Pod Hollow tools, and Kulian going to that bursty Scrapper, or that kind of bursty Scrapper he was running with the demo. So that was pretty swift on Xiao's and Kodo's side there. They took that quite handily. Let's see if they have a change of heart. Peerless is the first one to enter in, so let's see if he does make any changes. No, he still has that pistol. Quip, one of my favorite. That Stellar Disc. Ooh. Show me that Stellar Disc, boy. I like that shield. Let's see Coolion over here. He's still sticking the same onto his... He is explosive still, and he's still got a rifle. I don't think he's making any major changes. I'm curious to see if he makes them. No. I'm waiting for them to ready up. It doesn't look like he's doing anything here. Shop's still sitting the same. I don't think they may have a reason to change. They dominated that quite quickly. No. I'm gonna watch Coolion again. No, I'll watch Peerless to see what he does with this Short Shield Hollow. Not necessarily pro either. Big AoE down. Coolion going into stealth, backing up, baiting them out to use a lot of their burst, focusing on I-Tank, getting the big Mo over there. That was huge. Tries to get the Prime Light Beam. They might get the down. No, he's just able to just resustain, but he is still teetering on the brink of death. He's got to be really careful. Nice counter pressure coming out onto Coolion. Coolion ends up getting down. I-Tank you spank. Still kind of low, but I don't think it's low enough for Peerless to finish him off. He's sitting at 20% here. He can do it, but he's getting resupported by Kodo. Shackling Wave coming out. He does go into Elixir S, but after this, he doesn't have any more shit button. This might be the end for Peerless. He's still surviving, and I-Tank Spank ends up going down. He tries to get the overcharge shot. He's keeping that heavy cleave. This could be his moment of opportunity. Kodo is sitting at half health. If he can cleave that, and Kodo does go for the rev, he's sitting at 40%. Peerless ends up going down. Very, very, very nice job coming out for both of them. Thank you either way for coming, guys. You do get 15 gold for getting into the semifinals each. So thank you so much, guys. I think I sent that out to the right guy. I hope I didn't send out 15 gold twice to the same person. Oh, Peerless Dan's returning the 15 gold. Thank you so much for that, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, man. Now we're going to be moving into our finals, guys. I promise this time when I swap screens, I will go back. Here is our matchup. That was Kodo and Xiao that took that in game 2 really quickly. Simon Coolion coming out with something very interesting. Now this is the cream of the crop. This is going to be, let's make it a best of 3. Yeah, we'll keep it a best of 3 series on this one. Kodo and Xiao versus Slaughter and Lexi. Let's go back to the action, take a quick look at their builds and what these guys are running. Let me let them know. Slaughter. Just Slaughter and Lexi? Yeah, versus Xiao, Koto. DZ has entered into the arena. Our squared circle. Or circled square. Squared arena. Coolion, big memes. Yeah, the big memes, Coolion. But I like seeing new builds, so I appreciate it either way. And thanks for joining, bro. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, man. So take a quick look at DZ. He's running Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. Sword, Staff. Leadership, Demo. Lexi's running that Deadshot with Adventure, Staff, Scepter, Pistol. Dueling Chaos, Mirage. Let's take a quick look at I-Tank Spank. This is Xiao on this side. Running that Retribution, Invocation, and Corruption. Mace Axe with Staff. He's running Traveler with Viper's Amulet. Yeah, Kodo on this side. Sword, Staff with the Leadership and Marauder, your classic Invocation, Devastation, and Herald, or your Herald Revenant. Damage. But this is the cream, la creme, guys. This is going to be a really good fight. All these guys are really top tier. I'm not sure where they're sitting right now, but I'm sure they all belong in Plat 2, Plat 3, there's no doubt. Just their mechanical skill, their knowledge of the game, their decision-making process is very, very high. So I'm curious to see who they focus first. If they bait out the hard focus on one of the opponents and then go for their true opponent. Here we go, 5 seconds. We're about to find out. This is a best of 3 series in the finals. You can see I Tank You Spank going in for the hard damage. He's trying to mitigate or tank a lot of the damage and force them to use, or kind of bait them into using a lot of their openers to make him a little softer, so when Kodo comes in for his big damage, he can actually land most of it. DZ over here in a little bit of trouble. Good exchange. Kodo's in a little bit of trouble. Same with I Tank You Spank. He's trying to just kind of a little bit using that ramp to his advantage to LOS as much as he can. They're trying to turn the pressure back onto DZ. He does use his nice glint heal. He's able to really fully sustain on this one. Let's take a quick look at Kodo on this one, trying to get that Shackling Wave. He's not able to get it. The Sword 3 all over onto DC. He's at 50% here. Tries to get the Shackling Wave. Not able to get it. Big pushback. Kodo's kind of stuck in the ramp over there. Drops the big AoE. Keeping up that big pressure. Tries to get that glint elite. Doesn't able to land it. DC trying to get away. He's sitting at 20% over here. But same with Kodo. He ends up getting the down. He's into, I thought that was a rampage, but he ends up getting the down on DZ. This is going to be huge. He ends up getting the stop. That was really epic coming out from Xiao here. Really, really clutch play. Then they end up finishing onto Lexi. Oof, that was really, really nice. Let's see that replay really quick. I hope I caught that end, the tail end from Xiao. Really, really good job coming out from Xiao and Kodo, especially under pressure. That was really big pressure, as you can see here. Kodo gets that big damage. He tries to back out just a bit. Oh no, we weren't able to see it. We just saw the ending over there. But that was really, really good match. First game going to I Tank You Spank and ASTDDDDFGH. Good job. Very excited to see how they adjust here. DZ and Lexi and Slaughter. See how they adjust to their opponents. And this is one of the great things about best of threes, guys. You really, really get to see, like I said, sometimes I have a lot of restrictions on the build, so you can't change too much. And I just do that on purpose to see how they adjust to their opponent's combos or their play style or how they use terrain, things of that nature. The game is so complex when it comes to PvP. It's so fast paced. The decision making has to be really, really quick. Just very, very fun to see. We're waiting for DCD over his partner to come in. Here comes Lexi. He does come back in. He switched over to Revenant. So it's Rev. Quadruple Revs in one arena. I don't even know if the arena could hold that many Revs. Whoo, Lord. He doesn't look like he's playing around anymore. Let's take up. He's running Devastation Invocation. Was he running Rev before, or was he running, maybe I'm wrong, guys. I'm losing my mind. I thought it was just DZ that was running, and he was running on Mesmer. And he did switch out, so I'm sure he was running on Mesmer, and he switched over to Revenant. But this is game 2 over here. A lot of pressure onto DZ and Lexi. Where is Lexi? Oh, there they are. They're in the same arena together. Yeah, this is the Rev Clash for Revs. The big memes. I think the match is about to begin. They've all readied up. I think I'm going to watch DZ for this one. He was the one who was getting hard focused last time. And we saw Lexi, who was running with Marauder, yeah. They all seem to be favoring Marauder, except for DZ, who's running Demolisher. Heavy pressure onto Kodo. He's got to be able to use that kite. Does he use the glint heal? He hasn't used it yet. He's waiting a little bit longer. Nice Sword 3 coming up from DZ. Tries to get the Sword 3. I Tank You Spank ends up going down. Really good pressure coming out from Lexi and DZ. Tries to get the elite. Gets it on Lexi, but not DZ. Able to re-counter pressure. He's just too far onto downstate. Gets the Shackling Wave to fully down him and get Kodo at the same time. Now we're going into game 3. Let's take a look at that replay, guys. Really good job from Lexi and DZ, just going in really strong, wasting no time, burning through all their utility skill or their damage mitigators, and just getting to the juicy, meaty parts of their opponents, bursting all on top of them. Kind of like sounded like an intro to a porn or something like that for a second. Oh, alright guys, back. This is game 3. The culmination of this entire tournament has come up to this, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. It is a game 3 in our finals between 4 very strong competitors, and this is the Rev off. I didn't expect this. All 4 of them to going on to Revs, and just goes to show you what's strong in the meta. It's either 4 Revs or 4 Hollows. I'm surprised we don't see any more Hollows in here. In my opinion, they're probably two of the strongest classes that we have going around at the moment. I'm supposed to have some battle music, but this does not sound like battle music.
Have you ever?
Now we gotta listen to infomercials on YouTube. So we're waiting for opponents to take a look at ASDF. Have you made any changes? Equivocoke, did he make any changes? I mean, he went to Herald again. Sage, maybe he's going to be able to catch his opponent's off guard. This is game 3, so there's no more changes off this, and he hasn't used that build all game, all series. Here we go, guys. This is game 3. Trying to get that big AoE down on him. Now we got a 1v1 at the bottom. He does port back up a little bit, but now we have the 1v1 at the bottom with Lexi and Xiao. We got the 1v1 with Kodo versus DZ. DZ getting the better of the exchange, and then you see Lexi noticing that Kodo was down, breaking away from his 1v1 and just trying to get the 2v1 out of the Kodo. Gets the big shackling wave to break it down. Xiao going in for that res really early, but even though he got there within a second, he was already a quarter into downstate, just keeping that pressure up onto him as hard as he can. It looks like Equivocoke will not have what it takes to get the res up. That's just a lot of pressure coming out from 2 Revenants. There's just not much he can do. He does have one. He goes into Crystallized Hibernation. He does have one last option, trying to sustain all the way into the timer, but I don't think that's going to be possible. He's sitting at 8% health over here. They end up getting the final down. Let's take a quick look at that replay. So that's Kodo. You get 20 gold, sir, for your efforts. And that's Xiao, sir. You get 20 gold for your efforts. Thank you so much for coming. DZ and Lexit. I will be sending your gold in a minute. I'm just currently suppressed. I'll add you as friend. I'll add you as friend. Let me just whisper you and let you guys know. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. That was our finals match in our 2v2 series. We do 2 2v2s per week, and we do 2 1v1s per week. I'm just trying to bring up the skill class, I guess, or the tier of the quality of players that we have in PvP for the NA scene, as well as trying to bring more people into the tournaments. So you're able to watch yourself in a third person. Really helps you kind of work on those finer details, and you get to watch other players that are in a higher class, kind of see what kind of tactics they use in the tournaments as well. So I'm probably going to take about an hour or 2 hour break, guys, and we're going to get something to eat, relax a bit, maybe watch something. I'll come back for some late night World v World with some Dark Cowboy. I'm probably going to pass you over to Noctwolf right now. But once again, if you like this type of content, guys, click that follow, click that subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to be putting this video into my highlights so you can see it a little later. And everything I do, every event I do every day is saved into my highlights video. So anything I deem worthy is in there. If you want to join the Discord, it's right over there as well. And these are other streamers I highly suggest you take a look at, guys. Alright, I'm going to send you over to Noctwolf. He's playing Arcade. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you've heard of it. If you're into gaming, you've heard of Arcade. This is the second time it's been released, but they've made it non-free to pay. Not free or pay to win, excuse me. So Noctwolf is going to be playing it. I'm going to send you over to him, guys. Give him a big hello. Thank you so much again for coming, guys. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be back in about an hour. Have a great night, and thanks for coming out to the tournament.